What it do, see guys, it's S3E11 and I'm back with the Hybrid Network here for my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 Episode 11 Bounce Back Review. So with the crazy events that transpired in the last half of the season for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I was really looking forward to what they had to offer in this episode. This episode revolves around an Inhuman who can run really fast and the whole team is trying to deal with her and the situation revolving that, while Coulson is on a mission to stop getting Malik. Straight off the bat, I had no idea what to expect going into this episode. It's like 3 months from now. S.H.I.E.L.D's in space, S.H.I.E.L.D. logos, crosses, new phone, who dis? I was cut off guard just a little bit and I'm just gonna dive into some of the good things and bad things I thought about this episode. So as I mentioned earlier, it appears that S.H.I.E.L.D. is pulling an Arrow Season 4 with the whole Grave situation, and it all connects to our new character who is Yo-Yo. I liked her. I mean, I thought the way that they handled her powers were really interesting. The way that they shot it, the way that they actually showed her in slow motion, I thought it made sense. The whole her moving as much as she can in one heartbeat, I thought that worked well. Especially the first scenes with her and Mac in the beginning, I thought those were really cool. Also, the chemistry between her and the regular cast, I thought her and Daisy had a pretty good connection, especially her and Mac too. Is there gonna be something there? I don't know. Something that I really liked in this episode too was around midway to the end when they storm the base and they find this Inhuman, and basically the Secret Warriors, Daisy and them, they use their powers together to stop this, you know, bootleg Cyclops. I thought that was just dope, and seeing them as a team in general, I thought it was really cool. I'm really looking forward to see them develop and become a fully fledged team. It's gonna be awesome. Something that was really interesting about the scene too was the whole Strucker situation. Although it was dark, I thought it was pretty effective in showing just how far gone Coulson is and like what he's willing to do just to get a phone call. Like a phone call, that's it, and get kind of curved with like a really ambiguous kind of message. And the shot with Coulson on hold just while the elevator kind of music is playing, I thought that was really funny, the way they just kind of pull that frame. So that was cool. Acting wise, I thought the cast did as I expected them to do. One exception though will be Mac. I thought he really shined this episode. I thought they put a lot of emphasis on him. They gave him a lot more dialogue and interaction between Yo-Yo. Something interesting that I liked about this episode was how the president was involved directly. No late night FaceTimes or anything. It was a legit full-on, him and Coulson were chilling, talking about the Inhumans like it's a real thing. It's on Fox News, people are talking about it, and they need to be addressed about like what's going on. They actually mentioned the helicarriers, and like people can't just forgive S.H.I.E.L.D., you know, they remember what happened in Cap 2. It was really interesting how they tied this in the beginning and the end of the episode, especially in light of the Russo's recent comments. I know those don't have any correlation in between like actual timing of the episode, but the Russos pretty much said that they haven't been keeping up with the S.H.I.E.L.D. because there's a disconnect from Marvel TV and Marvel this MCU. As of now guys, it doesn't seem like we're gonna see any of the humans in Civil War, which doesn't make sense because the president is worried about it in the world, you know, and then there's more heroes everywhere, and oh my gosh. What's really interesting about this episode was what we learned about the Inhumans. We figured out that, you know, they aren't just randomly selected in terms of their powers. They don't just get to pick whatever the frick they want. It's meant to fill an evolutionary need. I thought that was really cool. I can't wait to see how they tie back to more Inhuman background and mythos and lore into the show. Some of the things that I were like whatever about was Malik and Ward. I get that Ward is Hive now. That's what they kind of said he is. I'm not buying, like, I'm not too into it. I'm just so used to seeing Ward. And although it's slightly scary, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit to get hyped for it. It also appears that Ward is completely gone. He's like dead, and it just is straight freaking face monster. How much TV did this guy have to watch to realize, to come to the conclusion that humans have evolved but they're the same? So after an entire fight scene battle to get this one freaking Cyclops Inhuman down or whatever, so a helicopter comes by. They're like, oh, it's Hydra. A net comes down and they just snatch this guy. That's it. Are you kidding me? Like, you really just fought all that for nothing, and when you see it, Quake could have been like this to stop it. Lincoln could have freaking shot that shit. They just took the wannabe Cyclops, dude. No problem, easy. I thought that was just lazy writing. I love Fitz and Simmons as much as anyone else does, but the way they handled their relationship and like their connection this episode was a little weird to me. Addressing the whole Will thing is necessary. I think that's what we have to do. But I think they kind of took a step backwards with them. I don't want to freaking mopey Fitz and all that junk. You know, they finally said, you know, we're gonna move forward. They shook their hands. So let's hope that they're actually moving forward and maybe they're gonna start being something. Let's not move backwards and him like being sad all the time and shit about them. Like, come on guys, you're good now. Something that also was weird to me is Coulson is getting so reckless. Like, he's really getting very reckless, guys. Like, I hope you realize this. It's to the point where it's not even heroic anymore. It's just like he's actually just like, dude, like, what do you, like, dude, no, stop. I hope they start building more genuine consequences for the actions he's taking. He went through a shit ton just to get a phone call that didn't really achieve much. So this isn't the craziest episode coming off the mid-season finale, but, you know, it did its job in terms of setting up the story for the rest of the season. It really anteed up how many Inhumans we're getting and the superpowered people in the show. It's pretty much S.H.I.E.L.D. versus Hydra at this point, along with Hive in the mix. So it's gonna be cool to see how that goes throughout the rest of the season. I'm gonna go ahead and give this episode a 7 out of 10. So that's my review for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 3 Episode 11, guys. Bouncing back. Let me know what you thought about the episode in the comment section below, guys. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe to the Hybrid Network if you have not already. Also, make sure to check out my channel, S3E11, links below. And I will see you next time. Peace.